morning, everybody. I hope everyone had a great talk show if you happen to come on for that. But if not, I hope all is well. It's
Uh, yes.
always, yep, it's always a pleasure to be here and present for you all. Again, if you weren't here this morning, our Mondays and Wednesdays are a little more loaded. So we're going to have an hour amongst ourselves, and then you're going to have a little bit of a break before our lunch club and our module for the day, okay? So we want to make sure we get through all the material and still have our discussion at the end, so that way you can ask questions. But let's make sure we get through all the material today. But again, I hope everyone's having a great day. So before we get started, I'm going to go over just the rest of the week with you all. It's always good just to have a little reminder. So again, and before we start, please make sure your TVs and cell phones are silenced or muted to the best of your ability. I really appreciate that. For the rest of the week, so today, again, it is International Joke Day. So make sure you all think of a joke to say to somebody. The one I have here on the screen, it's what do you call a fake noodle? An imposter. So yes, today we had our talk show. Currently we are in our advanced session. We're going to be talking about apps for movies and TV, so quite fun. We have our book club today, so we'll be continuing our series of short stories. Always looking forward to that. And if you notice, there's a new flyer, so I hope you enjoy that as well. And we'll be ending with module 6, so all about virtual backgrounds. If you have any questions about Zoom, just make sure you come on and ask them, and we'd love to assist you. Tomorrow we have our talk show again with Brenda, who's been doing such a great job this week, so we really appreciate that. We have our lunch club with Caroline. At 1:30, we have a conversation on heart health with a returnee guest, Miss Stacy Ann Brooks. So last time she talked about reversing diabetes. Tomorrow she'll be talking about heart health. So very, very important. Last but not least, it is the third week of August, so we have our movies. So we'll be showing The Simpsons movie, you all. So I look forward to watching it with you all. On Friday, we have our talk show again at 9 o'clock. We have our advanced session, and I'll actually presenting that this week. So we'll be doing more apps for art, because I know you all have really enjoyed those sessions. So make sure you get on for that. And we'll be ending our week, as always, with our Tech Friday session. So how the Wild Tech Help Desk can assist you. So we'll have some our help desk folks come on and answer questions, and maybe have other things to do as well, or present for you all. So just make sure you get on for that. This is the library flyer, so just make sure if you like in-person assistance, these are our 4 upcoming booked and confirmed trainings. I know it says yesterday's date. That was a mistake on my end, but yeah, Wednesday and then next week is there. So again, if you like any in-person assistance, make sure that you call our help desk to book a reservation. As always, we have our Senior Bowl coming up in less than a month. So be sure that if you'd like to participate, again, it's a trivia, DC History Trivia Bowl. You can win prizes, and it's fun to be able to work with the team. And again, you'll be placed randomly. If you want to participate, make sure you tap on the flyer, just like I did. And it sends you straight to the Google form, where you just have to enter in your name, email, phone number, and answer the questions at the bottom. So again, just make sure you guys, if you like to participate, make sure you fill it out before the 28th. That's when the signups end. Last but not least, this is our highlight of the week. So did you know that August is National Wellness Month? National Wellness Month is an annual observance that takes place in August annually in the United States. It's a time dedicated to promoting overall health and well-being. During this month, individuals and organizations often focus on various aspects of wellness, including physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. The goal is to encourage people to adopt healthy habits, engage in self-care practices, and make positive lifestyle changes to enhance their original quality of life. Activities and events that related to fitness, stress management, nutrition, mindfulness, and more are often promoted during National Wellness Month. And I also found this graphic as well right here that I thought was quite enlightening. Daily habits that will change your life. 1 hour of exercise, 2 liters of water, 3 cups of tea, 4 colors on the plate, 5 minutes of meditation, which we do every morning. So I love that. 6 songs to motivate you, 7 minutes of laughter, 8 hours of sleep, 9 pages of a book, and 10 reasons to be thankful. So just keep that in mind. I think I thought of that this morning as well, and just to make sure that we're doing the best for ourselves as we can, because we only have one body and one chance, right? So if you need any assistance with your attendance, midterm survey, library training, general assistance, please email the respective emails or call our help desk for further assistance. They are there to assist you. So Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 p.m., anything iPad related, please give them a call. If you can't reach me or Teresa or the staff member that you've been communicating with, please call them and they would love to assist you. So yes, you'll be, you guys are receiving this every day. So you get to see what the new day, every week you get to see the new highlight, you get to see the library flyer change, and any additional changes to our sessions, they will appear in this daily email. So make sure that you guys check that out. But I hope it's easy for you to read, and I hope it's engaging for you all to look at. Okay, so again, today we will be going over apps for movies and TV. So fun facts, videos, demonstrations, that's what these advanced sessions are all about. I know my sessions are all about that. So it's always a pleasure to present for you all, and I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. If you cannot hear me or see me or see the screen or anything, please unmute yourself and let me know. But I will be answering questions at the end, so that way we're all able to get through the material, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So this is our disclaimer. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by the WildTech, including but not limited to mobile and device applications, and any social media pages maintained by the WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners or presenters, as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. Today, like we said, we'll be covering movies and TV. So we're gonna have some history, some fun facts, some videos. We'll be covering 3 apps today, Fandango, IMDb, and TV Guide. So we'll get into that. And last but not least, we'll have our good old overview and discussion. So that way you can ask questions. If you need me to go over anything, that will be the time to ask. Please make sure that you raise your hand if you have a question. I'll be going based on the order of hands raised. If you don't know how to raise your hand, you hit more in Zoom, and then you hit raise hand. So I just want to make sure everyone's able to take advantage of that feature if you have a question. So first up, movies and TV. The first thing we're going to do is watch a video on the origins of the television, how it came to be, and how it all started. So let's watch this and see if you learn something new, okay?
Wait, did you ever wonder how all this happened? How you can turn that knob and enjoy a dramatic show, laugh at a comedian, watch the ball game, or hear and see news from anywhere in the world? Well, it's quite a story, the story of television.
At the beginning, there were all kinds of different names for what we now call television. Some people called it radio vision, or the telephonoscope, or audio vision, or hear listening. The name that finally stuck, of course, is television, although not everyone liked that. The editor of the Manchester Guardian in England said, television, the word is half Greek and half Latin. No good will come of it.
What is the origin of that no-good technology that sits in our living rooms? The smooth electronic picture you're watching right now. Was it invented by an Idaho farm boy, a Russian immigrant, or a Scottish inventor named John Logie Baird?
This is a 1930 Baird televisor. This was the first mass-produced television for the British television market.
Look at that.
Essentially the first commercially available television for the average person to afford. You could buy this unit with a cabinet on it with a nice bronze plaque on the front for about 25 pounds.
Baird's televisor, invented in 1929, looked radically different from the electronic tubes of modern television. Instead, his was a mechanical system made up of rapidly spinning, rotating parts. In Baird's mechanical television, light from a subject hit a spinning disc, breaking it into pieces. Each piece of light hit a photoelectric cell, which converted the light into electricity. A bright piece generated a lot of electricity. A dark piece, a little. The changing electricity was sent to a receiver, causing a neon bulb to rapidly flicker bright or dark for each bit of the picture. A receiving disc, spinning at the same speed as the first, put the light and dark pieces back together, like a jigsaw puzzle. Early television was a hit in 1925, when John Logie Baird displayed primitive images at a London department store. But when he applied for the first broadcast license ever, the BBC was nervous.
Well, there were two grounds to be afraid of television. One of them was the fear that it would damage the morals of the populace. The other fear of television was much more irrational, and that was the thought that if you had a television set in your house, the BBC could see what you were doing. And there was one woman who was afraid that the television set would be able to see through the bathroom wall, and she wrote a letter to the paper to this effect. But these fears have proved groundless.
Gosh, can you believe that?
Mechanical TV did have real pitfalls. To show up on the screen, the actors had to wear bright blue paint to accentuate the eyebrows and lips. And the discs could never spin fast enough to create fluid motion. The images would always remain flickery and smudged. This Felix the Cat, the first ever cartoon character broadcast, was as good as it got. Baird's system never did catch on. Though a remarkable achievement, mechanical TV is now just a footnote in history. But even as Baird's idea failed, a new electronic vision was being born.
The summer of 1921 found Philo T. Farnsworth in a sugar beet field in Rigby, Idaho, dreaming of trapping light in an empty jar and sending it one line at a time with a beam of electrons. So we'll pretend that we've got an illustration here of Farnsworth's beet field from the summer of 1921. And we find him tracing the rows across the beet field on his disc harrow, one row after another, monotonously into the afternoon. And then he reaches a point, and he looks back behind him, and he sees these rows in the dirt. And at that moment, he realizes how he can use electrons to trace a TV image. And this is exactly how TV is rendered on your screen today, one line at a time, 525 lines per frame, 30 frames per second, just the way Philo Farnsworth envisioned it on the back of a disc harrow in the summer of 1921.
What 14-year-old Farnsworth realized with his tractor was that a beam of electrons could paint a picture finer and faster than a spinning disc. And it could be done with a cathode ray tube.
A cathode ray tube is a glass tube with all the air pumped out of it. It was discovered that if you ran electricity through one end, through a filament at one end of this vacuum tube, that electrons would flow from one end to the other. And that's when you have a cathode ray tube. That's called the cathode ray, that ray of electrons.
Farnsworth's electronic television worked on the same principle as mechanical television, but instead of spinning discs, it used cathode ray tubes.
Much
The cathode
easier.
ray tube fired electricity 1 pixel at a time, causing a special coating on the tube to glow. A lot of electricity created a bright spot. A little electricity, a dark spot. The cathode ray tube could paint a picture in a 1/30th of a second, fast enough to create fluid motion. In 1926, with $25,000 in private funding, Farnsworth set up a lab in San Francisco to try to turn his beet field vision into reality.
In this age, when they were beginning to develop electronic television, it's sort of analogous to wanting to invent a car but needing to invent the wheel first. So a lot of the stuff that they were developing in the laboratory that he really had to do from scratch. Cliff Gardner, who was Philo Farnsworth's brother-in-law, his wife's brother, he became an expert in glass blowing, and he had no schooling in that area either. And again, the advantage to not having any schooling was not knowing what could not be done and going ahead and doing what needed to be done. I believe 1929, there was a fire in the lab that destroyed most of the equipment that they were working with. But there were always very high voltages present that could give somebody a tremendous shock. And there's some stories about people in the lab gang getting potassium in their eyes and
oh my God,
having their eyesight threatened.
Farnsworth was nearing success, but he had a rival, the brilliant Russian engineer Vladimir Zworykin. As early as 1923, Zworykin had submitted a patent for his own television system, but it was denied because it didn't quite work. He was now trying to perfect his system for the radio giant RCA and their visionary president, David Sarnoff, who saw television's future.
Well, I think one of the great marriages in 20th century science, if you will, was the relationship between Dr. Zworykin and David Sarnoff.
Sarnoff was like this great monopoly master buying up all the hotels on the boardwalk, and he didn't want to pay anyone. He wanted to have total patent control over television. And he was hoping Zworykin would do that for him. But Farnsworth was ahead of them and had some patents from 1927, 1928.
Zworykin is given instructions to visit Farnsworth's lab in 1930. And Farnsworth does not know that Zworykin is actually working for RCA because he comes from the Westinghouse labs. So Farnsworth is very forthcoming, believing that he has met a fellow traveler on this new frontier. He is entirely forthcoming and shows him virtually everything that he has developed in the last 3 or 4 years in San Francisco. And he shows Zworykin the finished image dissector tube, and Zworykin holds it in his hand, and there are many eyewitnesses that heard him say, "This is a beautiful instrument. I wish that I had invented it."
Whether Zworykin actually stole Farnsworth's design is unclear, but shortly after his visit, he finally had an electronic camera tube that worked. It even made a brighter picture than Farnsworth's. Under a quirk of patent law, he was able to submit his new system under the original 1923 patent. Meanwhile, Farnsworth had also been successful with his camera and receiver. The key to both men's success? The cathode ray tube, which is why we still call television the tube. But who got there first?
Right.
The corporate spy or the Idaho farm boy with the beat field vision?
Claim 15 in Farnsworth's patent 1773-980 proves that Farnsworth is truly the father of electronic television.
Zworykin is the father of television. There is no doubt about that. I mean, it is filed in the U.S. Patent Office in the late fall of 1923, the first patent of electronic television tube. He is the father of television.
It was up to the courts to decide. The patent battle raged for years, and the final decision? The father of the modern television, Philo Farnsworth.
It was a big victory for Farnsworth and certainly a great defeat for RCA. David Sarnoff couldn't have been happy about this. It meant they were going to have to pay royalties.
So patent control for electronic television belonged to Farnsworth.
But the problem is he may have done it too early. He got his first patents in 1927. And by the time television got going commercially after the war, because World War II delayed things for 5 years, many of his patents had expired. So he was no longer receiving royalties for it, and RCA had taken over the manufacturing of television sets, and Farnsworth just got left in the cold.
Farnsworth may have won in court, but he lost in the marketplace. Today, we all know his invention, but we barely know the name Philo Farnsworth. And what would the rival inventors think of what's become of television?
There's one very interesting story about Zworykin. I believe it was in Canada in 1954, when some Canadian reporter asked him what his favorite thing was on television. And he always had a very pronounced Russian accent to the end of his life. He said, "Das Switch." And the man said, "I beg your pardon." He said, "The switch to turn the damn thing off." He was very saddened that television didn't realize its potential.
But in July of 1969, Farnsworth and his wife sat in their home in Salt Lake City, and they watched Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon.
Wow.
And he turned to his wife and he said, "This has made it all worthwhile."
Wasn't that amazing, you all? If you want to share something that you learned, again, we'll have that towards the end. So just keep that in mind. The next video that we're going to watch, a little shorter, is just some movie fun facts, history movies. I certainly learned quite a bit watching this. So let's see if you guys learned something new.
Cinema is a multi-billion-dollar global industry. 42 billion US dollars to be exact. Throw in home entertainment revenue like DVDs, Netflix, TV streaming services, and you're looking at around 136 billion US dollars. That's some serious shooting. Roundhay Garden Scene. This is the title of the first ever motion picture believed to be recorded in Leeds, England, back in 1888 by Mr. Louis Le Prince, a French artist.
Not even the 1900s.
The movie lasted only 2.11 seconds, was shot using a single-lens camera and a strip of paper film, and earned Mr. Le Prince the father of cinematography label. Just 3 years later, in 1891, the Edison Company, yes, that of the same light bulb inventor, Thomas Edison, built a kinetoscope, a peephole viewer which enabled one person at a time to view moving pictures.
I know
The
about
first
those.
public demonstration took place in 1893 and was a huge success, leading to kinetoscope parlors being established all around the world
Like Nickelodeon,
to
you
show
all.
these movies.
Oh my gosh.
Initial movie theaters, so to speak. These short movies, around 20 seconds in length, ranged from circus performances and dancing women to boxing matches and cockfights. Unfortunately, the life of the kinetoscope was short. These parlors did not survive the introduction of the cinema about a year later in Paris, France, by the Lumière brothers, famous for inventing the cinematograph, a camera, projector, and film printer all in one. The projection of moving photographic images on a screen for a paying audience, cinema, was born. Most of these shows comprised about 10 films and lasted 15 minutes total, depicting scenes from everyday life. Workers leaving a factory, a train pulling into a station, families walking down the street. It wasn't long before the Lumière brothers realized that viewers needed more interesting scenes to keep them coming back for more. And so, cameramen began traveling the world for more exciting imagery. Cinema became global, not only for entertainment, but also as a medium for transmitting information, both domestically and internationally. Movies went from being black and white to color in the early 1900s, and from silent to including synchronized dialogue in the late 1920s. During the early 1930s and 40s, cinema was the principal form of public entertainment, especially in the U.S. and most of Europe. As more people paid to see movies, the industry grew, and naturally, more time, money, and effort were invested to produce better films. Hollywood is, by a long shot, the most influential and the oldest movie industry in the world, followed by Bollywood, the unofficial name for Hindi cinema from India. In 2020, China overtook America as the world's biggest box office in terms of revenue, with the highest annual ticket sales ever sold. Disney is the dominant studio powerhouse which pretty much rules the film industry worldwide, especially since its acquisition of Pixar in 2006 and Marvel a few years later in 2009. But what is the future of movies? Well, with the introduction of Netflix and other streaming platforms and the after effects of the pandemic proving that home theater can be just as fun and definitely a whole lot cheaper, watching movies at home has become the new global trend. In addition, where movies used to be our only entry into the lives of celebrities, movie stars, and CGI, Generation Z are overloaded with social media platforms following famous celebrities and actors, storylines, previews, anytime, any place, anywhere they want. They no longer need to see the movie to know the movie. Surely, the Lumiere brothers must be rolling in their graves.
Oh. Well, again, I hope that was interesting. Again, I just learned about new people, new time periods, new things that surely impacted our lives as human beings. So I hope that was interesting. If you have anything to say on that video, please wait until the end to share. I really appreciate that. Before we get into our apps for today, I just wanted to look for a quote. Talking about movies and TVs, again, it's just, again, a part of our daily lives. So it's really important that, or, interesting that we look at what people, think of it, So Mr. Federico Fellini, he was a 20th century Italian filmmaker. And he said that talking about dreams is like talking about movies. Since the cinema uses the language of dreams, years can pass in a second, and you can hop from one place to another. It's a language made of image. And in the real cinema, every object and every light means something, as in a dream. So during the session, just think of what that makes you think of or what you thought of that. And please share towards the end. Thank you so much. But I thought it was quite interesting. Now we are going to go into our app overview. So again, Fandango, IMDb, and TV Guide. So pretty lax, more than usual. It's very simple to navigate. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of these. And then again, we'll have our overview and discussion. So first up is Fandango. You can buy movie tickets and look at showtimes, theaters, and reviews. Fandango is the #1 movie ticketing app. Buy movie tickets, watch the newest trailers, browse Rotten Tomatoes scores, so ratings of the movies, and find the best showtimes and seats for more than 31,000 screens nationwide. So as always, you're going to go to the App Store and hit the search button and search for the app that we go over. You can do this after the Zoom, you can do it during the Zoom, and that way you may be able to follow along as well. So we're going to type in Fandango and hit search. And it appears right there at the top right-hand corner, even the top left-hand corner, it's Fandango. As you can see, it's very, very popular. It has over 2 million ratings. So a lot of people use this app to get movie tickets. So you're gonna hit get and download the app and make sure it's installed before you open it. So let's go ahead right into the Fandango app and see what's going on. So, Mr. Fandango, we love movies. It says stay in the know about movies you love. So yes, if you want to get notifications for your tickets and showtimes and even exclusive deals from Fandango, make sure you allow notifications. Again, I have not gone in this app on my iPad to show you exactly how it will look like on your end. Okay, so you're going to allow notifications. And sure, get recommendations just for you. Allow tracking to get more relevant movie recommendations and personalized ads. So again, when you continue, you'll get this prompt on the screen so you can allow or not allow. I usually allow because I like personalized movie recommendations. So I'm going to hit allow. And here we go. So make sure you hit allow for the location. So that way you can look for movie theaters around you or different spots where you can view movies. But essentially, this is the app. So this is your home screen. So these are some movies that are very recent. So, the Barbie movie, if you've heard of Oppenheimer, that's a really, really popular movie that's come out. And the Meg. It was just Shark Week a couple of weeks ago. So I remember seeing the trailer for the first one and I was like, oh, I've never seen it. But if you scroll down, look, it says Blue Beetle. So this movie is a new movie coming out on Friday. And if you look here, you can view videos. So like trailers, for example. and you can also view like photos from that movie. So I like this one. This one's gonna be pretty sweet. Again, there are different trailers. So it shows up right here.
I want to fly.
The trailer.
Let's do this. Yeah!
You gotta force it to come out.
What do you... You're a genius.
Well, I know. What'd I say?
No, 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 no,
Did you know what was gonna happen to my brother when you stuck him with this world-destroying thing? It's called the Scare.
So that's an example. So you can literally see movie trailers in here, and you see quality's great. So it's quite convenient. There are other videos too. Like there's even a movie clip. You can view clips before you see it. So if you want to see it in the first place, you can check them out. Everything you should know. You can even look at the cast and see what questions they answer and such. So I think, again, that's quite cool, right? You keep swiping down. There are, again, the newest movies that are coming out. You can view videos and photos if they have any. So I'm just swiping with my finger. So it's very simple. So at the top, you should see the navigation bar. The first one's home, which we're on right now. If you hit the next one, it says movies. So look, all the movies that are in theaters right now, you can view all of them and see, again, which ones you may be interested in. You can even filter it on the top right-hand side. If you hit filters, you can change either the rating or the genre of movie. So if I just wanted family movies, I would hit family. And then you see it edited right here. So look, those are all the family movies that are in theaters right now, which is interesting. Again, let's just go back to all the movies. You can see what's coming soon. So all the movies that are coming up, you can check those out. And then, so yeah, look, The Wind Rises, something called Fathom First Golda, something called Fremont. All of these movies that are coming out soon. And if you look at my movies, for some features in the Fandango app, you create an account. Like if you want to buy tickets, view your recently viewed and such, it's really, really easy to make an account. So you see where it says here, sign in, but at the bottom it says join now for free. So it's very simple. You just type in your email. So I'll use my test email, for example. Gmail, whatever email you prefer. And then you can create a password and type in your first name. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop sharing for a second, type in my first name, and then create a password. So whatever password, and then just make sure whenever you're creating a password, just in general on the iPad, make sure you look at the requirements if they are listed. So this one says use 8 or more characters with a number and a lowercase letter. So just like the Apple ID password. So I'm gonna make this password. And then I am going to hit all done. Give me a second to get the screen back up. And there you go. So I'm gonna hit all done. It's signing up with Fandango. And sure, I like to use Touch ID, so that way I don't have to type it in each time. I can just use my fingerprint to sign in if I ever signed out for any reason. So look, you haven't added any movies. So if I go back to what's in theaters, and let's say I choose this movie right here. You see a little heart on the top left-hand corner. I can tap on that heart and it's added to my movies. It gives you synopsis, the cast, when it opens, the score that it's received. So it got a 74% score on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good, and any additional information. So if you open a movie, you can again see different scores, the movie times, the cast, etc. You can either make it a list view like this with more information by hitting the lines at the top left-hand corner, or if I hit these square icons, I can just see the poster for the movie. So however you want to view it. The third option is theaters at the top. So look, all Fandango ticketing. So you see, because I allowed my location, look, I can see all the movie theaters that are around me and the distance. So look, the Miracle Theater on 8th Street. There's the Regal Gallery on Gallery Place. I see on Penn Street, the movie theater at Union Market, which I really want to go to. I didn't go to that one yet. And there's also this Alamo Draft House that just opened not too long ago. I've always wanted to go to that one too, but you can look at the specific theater. So let's say Alamo Draft House. You see, again, it gives you the address, the amenities, their phone number, and you get to see the different movies that are showing. So today at 8 o'clock, Strays is showing. At 12, 30, 15, 6:30, and 10. The Meg 2 show is showing. And if you look at the right-hand side, it says Voodoo Offer. Not sure what that says. It says, get the Meg for $6.99 and Deep Blue Sea for $4.99 on Voodoo. I think that's another app. So you may see that. So you can take advantage if you'd like. But look, again, in this movie, I can see the videos, the different photos, trailer, movie times, etc. Same thing, if I keep going down, I can look at all the movies that are playing at this theater and even in advance. So let's say next week, next Wednesday, I wanted to look. So I tap on Wednesday, August 23rd, and look at that. So you see some movies are coming on Friday. So you can also see what's going on ahead of time. And that way you may be able to get it in advance. So let's say I wanted to see Blue Beetle on the 23rd. So that's next Wednesday. Let's say I want to see it at 8 o'clock. See, it says 8 o'clock right here. I'm going to go ahead and tap on it. And look, it says checking seats. Isn't that cool? Look, you can literally see the regular seats. You can see open seats, closed seats. You can see seats for different persons. So are you a front of the theater type of person, or are you the back of the theater type of person? So you can choose, it says select up to 9 seats. So I'm kind of in the middle. So I'll sit right here. You see it highlighted right here in orange, and you can select as many seats as you'd like. So you can purchase multiple movie tickets for you and your family if you'd like in one fell swoop. But let's say I'm just going by myself. Ain't nothing wrong with going by yourself, especially if you want to see the movie, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. And look, so this movie is $15.90. And again, I'm in seat 610. And then you can see the different policies for that particular theater. So there's the age policy, theater policy, no latecomers policy. And yeah, that's important. If you're late for the movie, it says guests cannot enter the theater after the movie has begun. So it's important to know that information, right? So I'm gonna hit next and just go as far as we can to see how it looks. But look, it says choose payment method. So you can choose your payment method. I usually would use Apple Pay, but sometimes you can choose to put in your credit or debit, however you like. There's also even a gift card, and you can put in promo codes if you potentially have a promo code for that particular movie. But look, it says $15.90, convenience fee $189. So for just myself, it would cost about $18 to view this movie. So once I put my payment method in and have that situated, I'll be able to purchase that movie ticket. So I'm going to purchase it right now, but it's really easy to purchase a movie ticket through that method. So yeah, I'll leave the page. I may get it later, but it's up to you. So it's quite cool. You can even favorite them. So if I go back to the Alamo Draft House, I'm going to favorite this Draft House. So now it's added to my theater. So you see it says favorites at the top in the middle. Now that one is specifically favorited. Again, let me go to Gallery Place. Same thing. Let me go to favorite it because I like that theater. And you see there are some different movies too. Not all theaters have the same array of movies. So you can just check it out and see what's going on. Last but not least, this account right here. You can choose different settings. You even get rewards for purchasing movie tickets from Fandango. You can view purchases. You can look at your account settings. You can change your notifications. At the bottom, you can get help. You can provide feedback. You can even share the app with others too. At the top right, you should see email or mail message icon. If I tap on that, look, it says welcome to Fandango. So you'll get any messages or notifications in there as well. Last but not least, at the top right, you should see a magnifying glass that is a search button. I can search for a movie or a theater. So if I type in Barbie, for example, here you go, there's Barbie. So here you go. And then I can look and see that movie or that theater for those movies or theaters. So check it out. It was quite easy to maneuver once you know of this bar at the top, okay? So that is the Fandango app. Next up is IMDb, movies and TV shows, tickets, trailers, and ratings. With IMDb, you can discover the ultimate streaming companion for entertainment fans. Select your preferred streaming services to unlock personalized recommendations for you. Explore the vast sea of entertainment choices like never before. So again, kind of, you know, tickets, trailers, and ratings. So again, you go to the App Store and you're gonna type in that name of the app. You're gonna search and you're gonna type in IMDb. So simple, right? It's right there at the top right-hand corner. And it has almost 500,000 ratings, so it's very, very popular. I also use it to look up movies and its TV shows too. So it's not just movies, it's movies and TV shows. So you're gonna get it and download it. Once you download it, you're gonna open it, just like we are now. So look, it says, welcome to IMDb. Sign in for the most personalized experiences. You can set your preferred streaming services, keep track of what you want to watch, and you can actually rate and review those particular shows. You won't be able to do that without an account. So these are some advantages of having an account with IMDb. So first, it says preferred services. Select your preferred services to personalize your experience. So whatever you have, you can select them, and it says you can always edit them in settings. So for me, I have Netflix, I have Paramount, and you see it checks marks at the right-hand side. I have Peacock, I have Paramount Plus, I have Tubi, I have Freevee, Hulu. Again, I have Netflix, whatever you have. And even the channels, you see there are different channels right here too. So I like Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, the Food Network, Freeform. And you just keep going to whatever you like here. And you choose. Once you're done choosing, again, you can always edit it in settings. You hit save at the top right-hand corner. And look, it says create an account, and then you can sign in with different methods. I do, if you want to leave reviews or have like a list, I recommend that you create an account. And again, it's quite simple, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But again, I'll just show you guys what it'll look like with that account. So I'm going to sign in with, I would recommend, again, using your Apple ID. It's very easy to do that. But I'm going to sign in with Google. So I'll use my Biotech email for this. So all you do is finish registration. When you create your IMDb account, it will be automatically be connected to your Google login. Great, so I'm going to create my account. And wasn't that easy, you all? So look, there are different trailers and videos at the top right here. So some popular movies and TV shows, and also different reviews and things from the cast members too. So you can scroll and view them here. And this, right now we're in the home page. You see the navigation bar this time is at the bottom. So at the home, you can see what's featured. So like some news articles, did you know the Barbie movie joined the $1 billion film club? It has actually grossed $1 billion in sales, which is insane, right? You can see what to watch. So what's trending on the services that I selected, all the services that I selected, you can see all the different trending TV shows and movies right here. The top 10 on IMDb, you can see what's the top 10. So the two most popular movies right now is Oppenheimer, definitely, and the Barbie movie as well. here are some top picks for me. So based on the things that I had put that I had requested, let's go with popular TV. So there's the let's see. Yeah, and I can scroll with my finger, you see, to keep going through the list. And then you see you can either rate it or you can add it to your watch list. So something that you may be interested in viewing. And because you selected those services that you have, you'll be able to go to that service and watch it. So look, Black Mirror, that one is pretty intense, but I like it. Look, get notified when items on your watch list become available. Sure, I would like notifications. Yep, and you hit allow. And you can just keep adding things to your watch list once you create your account. So look, Breaking Bad. I remember that. I haven't watched it in a minute. There's Silo from Apple TV, The Walking Dead. Oh gosh, I know people that like The Walking Dead. So I'm gonna add it to my watch list. Maybe I may be interested in it. So you can just keep scrolling and looking through. They even do it by topic. So for me, I'm not much of a horror person, but I do like sci-fi. So let's see what's in sci-fi. So again, look, I can scroll. Oh yeah, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, that one looked pretty funny by the trailer. I'm gonna add that to my watch list. And again, you can even rate it too. So like the Star Trek show, I can rate it. So look, I can either rate it 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10 stars. So that's just in the home feature, in the home button or the home section of this app. If I hit search, again, I can search by what's coming soon, what's in theaters. I can just browse. By a lot of different categories too. So it's up to you. You can see what's coming soon. So look, even the trailers too right here. So on the CW, this ecological thriller about the delicate interconnectedness between mankind and Earth. So that's cool. A 1-minute trailer that you can see if you're interested. Again, Blue Beetle, we saw this trailer. Well, a different trailer of this movie, but again, you can see the different trailers and videos regarding that movie. So let's again go to Blue Beetle. See, again, you can see the cast, you can see what type of film it is, you can add it to your watch list as well. You can even do that from here. You see, if I go to this movie right here, there's a plus button on the right-hand side of the film. But if I go back to Blue Beetle, I can see the director, the writer, all the cast, what it's featured in, different videos, reviews too. That's really important to look at the reviews. There's a parent's guide, a did you know, a storyline, all this information. Isn't that amazing? So you can search for different movies and television shows. If I hit the video button, the third button at the bottom, look, trending trailers, anticipated trailers, interviews with the cast, what to watch, entertainment news. And really, really cool. So it's news, movies, shows. You can learn all about them in this app. Last but not least, the You section. So that's your account. So I can view what's in my watch list. I can view all the ratings that I've done, any of the reviews that I may have made for a TV show or a movie. And I can look at what I recently viewed as well. So again, it's quite simple to navigate once you get accustomed to it, but it's cool to see what's on right now, but it's also what's coming soon. Okay, our last app for today is called TV Guide. So streaming live TV, the best shows and movies to watch. TV Guide is the #1 source for finding what to watch and where to watch it. Any show, any movie on live TV or streaming, the TV Guide app puts it all in the palm of your hand. So did you, one point, maybe you were on your iPad and you didn't want to go and look what's going on TV and the channels, you can look at it right from here on your iPad. So again, we go to the App Store and we're going to search for TV Guide. It's a bright red app, so you can't miss it. So again, TV Guide, streaming in live TV, you're gonna get it and download it and then open it once that's completed. So let's see what TV Guide does. So again, personalized ads, you can say yes or no. If you don't have to have an account but I recommend you do because again, it's a watch list. You can discover your new shows personalized by the services you already have, and you can add favorite channels for easy access later on. So again, I would recommend use your Apple ID, but I'm just gonna sign up with email. So I'm gonna sign up. Very simple. And again, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. So I'm gonna do, oh yeah, I already created an account when I tested it out. Let me go ahead and log in and then I'll come back on with you all in a second. But yeah, you just type in your email and you make a password. You don't even have to retype it and you'll automatically be in this app. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, you all. I just had to close my mail app and come back in. Choose my password. And I appreciate all of your patience and understanding. Wouldn't be able to do this without you all. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the TV Guide app. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So, yeah, and this is log in. You know, not every app is going to be 100% foolproof. So I just had to close. You saw I had to double tap and get to the multitasking screen and then close the app because I logged in, but it still said I didn't log in. So you may have to close it and open it again. But this is essentially the app. Again, there's a navigation bar at the bottom, so you can discover, you can look at the listings, news, and watch list. So we'll go into that. So right now we're on the Discover page, so you can look at all of the different new movies, new shows, most popular shows and movies, top rated shows and movies. Again, if you swipe, you can see again, like new things are coming up. So Mrs. Davis, the show, it's new tomorrow. This all these different types of shows. So you can just look and see what's interesting. Like, let's say, look, The Bachelorette. If I tap on it, you see it takes me to a trailer for it. It gives me the description, the upcoming airings, and even what channel. Like it's on ABC at 8 o'clock on Monday. So you can see the cast and the crew, the trailers. You can share the show if you'd like, etc. So once you tap on a TV show or a movie, you can look at, again, additional information on that. If it shows at the top left, I'm just seeing shows. If I hit movies at the top left, I'm just seeing different movies. The second button is the listings button. So look, add your provider, add your cable, satellite, or antenna service provider to see the latest listings. So again, you don't have to go to your TV to look up what's going on your TV. So I'm gonna add the provider. Again, make sure you type in your zip code so that way they can see what's available in your area. So look, for cable, I have all of these different cable things like RCN, Sling TV, Verizon, Fios. So whatever your cable provider is, you would put that in here. If you have a satellite provider like DirecTV or Dish Network, you would hit satellite and then choose that. And if you have antenna, like local channels, I would hit antenna. So I don't have a TV, but when I go to my friend's house, she has the local channel. So I will hit Locast, Washington, DC. And look, I recognize these channels. I recognize PBS right here, 26.2. 26.3 is the PBS Kids. I recognize the CW right here, the ION channel, 66.1. And I recognize this one that says Get TV. Oh yeah, I love Get TV. You see there's Walker, Texas Ranger. Me and my friend used to watch that a lot. Later on that day, there would be the Rockford Files, Magnum PI. Oh yeah, they're showing Kojak again. They used to stop showing Kojak, but now I see it's on back at 10 o'clock on this channel. So the True Crime Network, you can see, look, True Crime, there's a bunch of Dateline. I like Sunshine Slangs. That one's a really interesting show too. There's Dr. G. Oh man, I used to love watching Dr. G as a kid. I still do from time to time on Freevee or Tubi. I watch it on those. Again, Dateline, you see above that, there's CBS, so you can see the news. So it's really cool just to see what's going on. You see I'm scrolling back, you can see what went on yesterday. You see I can scroll all the way here and look at what's going on tomorrow. You see at the top right now, it says August 17th. If I tap on the calendar, look at that. I can jump to tonight, tomorrow, now, or I can choose a date and a time for those listings. So again, look, I can look at all the different listings for that particular either cable, satellite, or antenna TV, and you can see what's going on without even having to turn your TV on. You can even divide it by categories. So you see it says movies right here. I can just look at the movie channels. I can look at just the sports channels. I can look at just the news channels. And I can even just look at the kids channels too. So again, quite interesting. I don't know, why would they put Midsummer Murders as a kid channel? Well, that's PBS, so that's quite hilarious just to look at. But yeah, that's the listings part. If I hit news, the third option at the bottom, look, I can look at the latest news, anything regarding TV. Look, Chicago PD, season 11, cast latest news. So if you're waiting for a show to come on and you want to look at that information, you may be able to find it here. And you see there's a lot of news stuff going on. So regarding TV. So look, The Umbrella Academy, I've heard of that show. So look, I can actually read about the latest news for that show. So again, if you are a diehard fan of a particular show, you may be able to see what's going on next season in the news section of this app. Last but not least is the watch list. So again, you can, I'm already signed in. I don't know why it says this. So I'm going to close my app. Sometimes you just got to close the app and reopen it. Still says join or sign in. So let me see if I need to sign in again. So yeah. Choose my phone. So again, let me try this again. Let me stop sharing really quick and type it in. Okay. 1 second. It's saying join when I hit sign in. That's really strange. Let me see if I can log in you all. It's not the end of the world if you are not able to log in, because I mean, without even an account, you can view the listings, you can view the news, you can see what's new. You just won't be able to add it to a watch list. So I don't think it's too bad. Let me try one more thing. There we go. So now I am signed in to TV Guide. No, Yvonne, you can't watch it. You can't watch the shows, unfortunately. That's why it's just the listings. You have to have, that's why you choose the provider that you have for your cable in order to see what's on TV. So you don't have to be next to your TV to see what's going on. So you see now I'm signed in. I can choose what streaming services that I want or have, or newly added that I want to select. I can change, again, the different cable providers. So if I'm not on this Locast, I'm going to choose whatever one right here as well. So that would be found in the account portion of this app. So when you're in settings, so again, the settings right here at the top right, you can change like certain settings, again, with notifications and your preferences. So that's up to you. And you can change anything regarding your account. Well, look, for my watch list, I have The Masked Singer as one, and then I have The White Lotus as one. That one was a good movie. And then I also chose Beavis and Butthead. And look, one is available now. So these two are available now, I can watch. But this show right now, whatever streaming services that I selected, it's not currently available. So it takes into account what's on those services and what's not on those services as well. But again, it's quite easy to navigate. You just use the bar at the bottom to go through the app and see what you would like to check out. But it's cool. There's a whole TV guide and you don't have to turn on your TV. So I hope everyone enjoyed those 3 different apps. Oops, give me a second to open the presentation back up. And again, I hope everyone enjoyed today's presentation. So before I'll answer the questions, I have some questions for you right here. So I'd love if any of you could answer at least one if you have a question as well. So we'll be going for 15 minutes. So 11:45, we'll take a break and we'll get ready for our book club for today, okay? But what is one new fact that you learned today? What app or apps are you interested in trying out? What is your favorite movie and or TV show? And or what type of programs do you like the most? What are you looking forward? And also, what are you looking forward to watching in the future? So again, I'll be going based on the hands first, and then we'll be ending at 11:45, but I hope everyone enjoyed today's presentation. First up is Brenda. Hey, Brenda, how's it going?
It's going good, Alex, going great. Now, what I've learned was this new movie, the movie that lasted 2.1 seconds. So that's like, as soon as you turn it on, it's over. So
I know, right?
That was interesting. And then the guy, the Philo T. Farnsworth, I heard of his name before.
Me too.
I've heard that name before. And he was a young guy, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So that
amazing.
That was interesting. That was very interesting. Now, I want to ask you about the Rotten Tomatoes and the rating and the TV Guide ratings. So I've heard of Rotten Tomatoes. Is that like saying, if the movie or program is good, like the higher the rating, the better it is?
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes, it's a review website, but they don't have an app for it particularly, but if I search for Rotten Tomatoes, it's a very popular website. And again, it shows you ratings even before, sometimes when the movie comes out. Come on, Mr. Rotten Tomatoes, here you go. It's a website. It doesn't have an app yet, but it's a very popular rating website for movies. Okay. So you see some have 68, some have 90, some have 70. So that's what the score is. So if you see Rotten Tomatoes score in IMDb, then you'll know, based on that score, what the general folks think. And everyone has their own opinion on movies. Not everyone's gonna like the movie. So just keep that in mind. But I would look at the reviews too, if you had any questions about that movie or so.
Okay. Now with the Fandango app, that's where you have to physically go out to the movie.
Yes, yes. So so that's
Okay.
actually, yeah. So that's why they showed the different local theaters that are near you.
Right,
So that
right.
way, if you wanted to go out to an action movie, you can purchase the movie ticket through Fandango, and they have their own rewards too, and deals for some movies as well.
Okay. Now for the IMDb app, well, I've already installed all of them, but with that, you can look at that on your iPad, and there's no cost involved. Is that correct?
There's no cost involved. The only costs that are involved when I find these apps is if like they're physical things you're buying. Like if it's a marketplace app, you're gonna have to buy that things in the marketplace. But other than that, you can view all the information, cast, reviews, images, trailers, all that good stuff in these apps. So Fandango would be the one where you would actually purchase stuff. IMDb is more just making your own reviews or ratings and making your own watch list. And the TV Guide is to look at what's going on TV and look at new TV and movies that are potentially coming out.
Okay. And you know what? The TV Guide, I used to get the TV Guide. So now it's like, it's modernized where you can put it in your iPad and select all the channels that you watch, and it will show you what's coming, what's available on those channels. Okay.
Yeah, you can change it. Yeah, it's so cool. Like when I found this, I was like, oh man, that's so cool. There's a whole TV Guide on your iPad.
Yeah.
Because I know, there used to be physical TV guides, but now
we used to get it.
You can you can go based on your cable. You can go based on the satellite. So whatever you have for your cable, it will 99% be in this section. So you can choose which one you got. And again, and it's very accurate. Like I haven't watched TV with my friend in a minute, but I remember what the channels were and like the numbers and stuff, and they're spot on. So I think it's really quite cool how you can look at the different services that you have, including like Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, all that good stuff, and also the cable as well. So you get the best of both worlds.
Okay. All right. Good presentation. I enjoyed it. I've got all of them down. So
awesome.
I'll be looking at them.
Thank you.
Sure.
And thank you for holding on today, Ms. Brenda. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I try to do anyway.
Yes, awesome. Just let me know if you need anything else, okay?
Okay, I will. Thanks, Alex.
Awesome. Next up is Ann. Hey, Ann, how's it going?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, Alex.
Yes. Would you want to answer one of these questions?
My favorite movie or TV is an old TV show. I love me some Perry Mason and Ironside. And Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, Murder, She Wrote. Oh my goodness.
I tend to go and look at a lot of that stuff sometimes, especially on the weekends during the summer when they have absolutely nothing on television, unless you go find something to look at. But I really enjoyed this, even though I had some interruptions. I managed to keep up as best I could.
Awesome.
But thank you as usual. Good presentation and good information, and you are the best. Thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ann. Just let me know if you need anything else. Okay, you know how to reach me.
I know you got my back, honey. Thank you.
No problem. Next up is Miss Lewis. Miss Sheila, how's it going? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
How you doing today?
Good. Always nice to see you on, man.
Okay. No, I don't know if you had said it or not, but I've always been curious when I see IMDb, and I want to know, what does it mean?
That's a good question. I should have looked. I should have looked at that.
I see it all the time, but I just don't know what it means. I mean, what is it?
Yes. So IMDb. So again, what we just saw, you get to provide information on films and TV programs. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know that,
but it stands for Internet Movie Database. That's what it stands for. Database.
Database.
Yeah, that's what it
okay.
stands for. Thanks for asking that question. I didn't know that.
No, I did not know that. Internet Movie Database. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know, right? So that taught me something new too. So thank you for asking that, Miss Sheila.
Yeah, you know. And they said, what apps are you interested in or trying out? The TV Guide one, I would probably download because I watch TV all the time. And I mean, my favorite stuff are game shows. I'm like her. I like Perry Mason. I like the oldie comedies, you know, and stuff like that. Dick Van Dyke and all that stuff. I love that, you know. I love that stuff. So that's what I be mostly watching. I just watch TV all the time.
Me too. I have never had a TV in my room or place before. So I bought a whole TV stand, a whole 100-pound TV stand. Man, that was a thing getting upstairs. But when I get a TV, I'll definitely be having that guide, you know, because maybe you're out and about and you're like, oh shoot, when is this show coming on? So you can actually look beforehand, so that way you can, you know, plan ahead, right? And,
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's so true.
But I hope you enjoyed today's presentation, Miss Sheila.
Well, thank you anyway.
No problem. Let me know if you need anything else.
Something new today.
Huh? Oh, okay. What'd you learn today, Miss Sheila?
No, I just said I did learn something new.
Okay. Okay. That's the goal. So I'm happy. Again, just let me know if you need anything else. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Miss Violet. Hi, Miss Violet. How's it going?
Hi, it's going good.
Good. Nice. I haven't talked to you in a minute. It's nice to hear from you.
It's good to be on. I'm glad to see the TV Guide on, because I can't get it on my TV. I don't know why. My guide disappeared and I can't get it back. So it was good to see that on today.
Yeah.
So I'm downloading it right now.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's what I thought. I was like, man, you know, it would just be so nice just to have it available on another device.
And you don't have to miss anything to do it. And then I had the IMDb once before, and I forgot how to use it. So I was glad to see that back today.
Yeah.
And I took good notes, so I know what to do now.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. Oh, man.
So it was a good session today. I enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a week, so I had to get through thick and thin to get this together for you all. But I want to make sure that it's helpful and useful for you all. So that just keeps me going. So thank you, Ms. Violet. I appreciate
you
that.
You do a very good job. Good job, Alex. And I enjoy coming on and listening to you. It's very, very informative, and you do a very good job. And I thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. And we just
welcome.
Appreciate you coming. I've seen you come on. It's already August, and you know it's just kind of crazy how the time went, right?
It is. It really is. I'm like, we're heading into the end of the year already. I'm like, man, 4 months and we'll be there. Christmas.
I know, right? So maybe your gift can be showing some of these apps that you've learned to others, and it'll be worth more than any physical gift, you know, in some ways, right? So just keep that in mind.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Next up is Miss Melanie. Hey, Miss Melanie.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
I just seen you. Good.
Yes. Let me tell you, I love this TV Guide, and I downloaded it, and I found out even though it says 11:30, if you slide it, just slide it, the time slides.
Yes.
And I also wanted to share with you that the Alamo is a great movie theater. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
brand
beautiful
spanking
in
new.
it. Yes,
Mhm.
it's so nice. And they bring you your food. You just sit
Food,
back, order your food, don't have to do nothing. So it's very nice. But that's what I like. I like the fact that with the IDM, what is it? IDBM?
IMDb. Or
Yeah,
IMDb.
that one.
Yeah.
That it can tell me what's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. I enjoyed all of these. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, Miss Melanie. I appreciate you getting on today. And just, you know how to reach me, so just let me know if you need anything, okay?
Okay.
All right. We have 5 minutes, you guys. So I see we have 5 hands up. So we have about a minute a hand, okay? Just want to make sure you guys get a break before our 12 o'clock session, all right? So next up is Miss Dina. Hey, Dina, and then it'll be Miss Yvonne afterward.
Good morning, Alex. I
Hi
have
there.
2 questions, issues. I like looking at Pluto TV.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
say once a movie starts, it might play for about 5 or 10 minutes and it'll freeze up.
Mm-hmm.
And it will probably jump right back to the beginning, play about 15 minutes or get halfway or toward the end. And it'll jump right back to the beginning and freeze. Why does it do that?
Well, one, it may be the connection, again, depending on if you're on your data or if you're on Wi-Fi, Miss Dina. But that's really strange. It goes back to the beginning. What I would try is deleting the app and then opening it back up and see if that fixes the issue. But it may have to do with the connection, because it's streaming, right? So it's not like downloaded, so it has to get the data and the information. So sometimes when the connection isn't, all the way up there, you know what I'm saying? It may things like that may occur. So I would just try deleting it and reopening it, and then just call our help desk. Maybe they can help you just making sure that your data is on or anything like that. But they also may let you know that, everyone has a certain amount of data before, it slows down, not all the way, but it may be. So if it doesn't work now, maybe try in a week or something and see if anything changes, okay?
Okay, and also Monday, Miss Teresa discussed with us about Bluetooth. So what I want to know is, does Bluetooth have to connect only with Apple devices, or Bluetooth will connect with any device that has Bluetooth?
Yeah, the second thing that she said, Ms. Dina. So it doesn't have to be an Apple device. Right now I'm using my AirPods, my wireless headphones. I'm connected to my iPad through them so I can hear you all. But if I had an external keyboard that wasn't Apple, as long as it's Bluetooth enabled, I would be able to connect it to the iPad. So for any of you that may have won any keyboards or any external keyboards from us, those are Bluetooth keyboards. So you're able to connect to your iPad with those devices as long as it is a Bluetooth device, okay?
Okay, so if it's a Sony,
that's fine. As any device has Bluetooth. Any device has Bluetooth as long as they're compatible with each other. As long as they're in use with each other, then it should work. But you can connect to any device with Bluetooth by going to settings and hitting that Bluetooth section and connecting to that particular device. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alex.
No problem, Miss Dina. No problem. Nice to hear from you. It's been a little bit, so thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Miss Yvonne, I see you have a question right here. Yes, movie prices, they have gone up, a little bit, since I was a kid, So some movie theater, every theater is going to be a little different. But yes, typically, there are like $10 movies, and there probably are like $5 movies. There are a lot of different, like from my self provider, I get discounts from certain movies if I want to do it, or maybe from your internet provider. So there are ways to get deals, and there are promo codes for sometimes like
Okay.
it's your first time
Thank you.
for like viewing something in an app, you may receive a promo code or something of that nature. But I'm glad that you know about the TV guide now. So I mean,
Yes,
it's
and
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I
So,
was trying to download the TV guide. I went to the App Store, and I'm click. Do I go to app downloads?
no,
That's
you got to search. You got to hit search, and then when you search, you're going to search for the app in the search bar. So you're going to type in
go to
TV
the App
guide.
Store and then go to
Yeah,
search.
yeah. You got it. You got it. If you want to download an app, you have to go to the App Store.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
where I am. Where it says Siri and search.
Well, that may be a prompt, but again, at the bottom right-hand corner, you should see search, and you'll be able to hit that, and then go in the search bar towards the top and type in the name of the app that you want to download. Okay.
Okay, but I don't see search on the right.
So it's going to be at the bottom right-hand corner, Miss Yvonne. So make sure you're in the App Store. So you may need to go back to your home screen and look for the App Store. And again, follow any prompts that you may see in the middle of your screen if you see any prompts, okay?
All right.
Yeah, I wish I could see what's on there, but we have some limited time. If you still need assistance with that, please make sure you call our help desk, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And thanks for coming on. I hope you enjoyed today.
I certainly did. Very informative. Thank you.
No problem. And thank you, Miss Pamela, for your comments. I love that you appreciated this session. So it makes me happy. So thank you, Miss Pamela. Next up is, I have two more hands, and then we'll take our little break. Mr. George, and then Miss Cassandra. So go ahead and unmute, Mr. George.
Yeah, Alex. I was just surprised to find out that they originally used cathode tubes to develop TV, because I studied radiology, and that's what they used to develop X-rays.
Yes. Oh, I learned about. I was a chemistry major, so I learned all about cathode ray tubes and how those work. So it was so cool to see that in this respect, and how it first was mechanical. Man, that was a doozy right there. And now, and then they did the cathode thing, and that was just so revolutionary. Like you could see the difference, So I love that.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's all.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's session, Mr. Morgan. It's nice to see you on today.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And last but not least, we'll have Miss Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra, how's it going?
All righty.
Good.
Mine is number 3. What is your favorite movie or TV show?
Okay.
I don't know whether they call it a movie or a TV show or app, but I like Sisters and I like Oval. And I wanted to know if I can look at those without having cable, because in my house, all I have right now is internet. I had the cable cut off because it's too expensive. So under the internet, will I be able to look at Sisters or Oval?
I mean, so for any TV show that you may want to look at, I would recommend that you Google it and see what services it's available on. So I know some of the free ones that we've discussed, like, let me go back here, like Tubi and Pluto. There's also like Freebie and stuff. So every streaming app has different selection. But again, I would go to like Google and search for that particular show. So you said Sisters, that show. So you would just type in the search, you would type in Sisters, and like maybe Sisters streaming services or Sisters show streaming services or something like that, and see what it's
I think that's only available on BET because I watched it too. It might come on Hulu. I'm not sure, but I know definitely it's BET.
So it's BET? Is BET a cable channel?
Plus. No, it's a streaming service. It's called BET Plus. So you have to pay a monthly
subscription. Well, it come on the Plus also, Alex, but it come on regular BET also.
Yes.
Now, regular BET, I don't know. Can we get that free? But
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think that's a premium channel. There are regular channels and there are like premium channels. So I think that's one of the premium channels. I don't think it's gonna be on like not a regular app, but I would just look at it, and if not, I would just go to YouTube and see if there's maybe even like I watch clips of shows. Sometimes I don't watch all of the show. I just watch clips. So you may be able to look at that on YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
So check that out. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Great questions, you all. I really appreciate your patience and understanding and enthusiasm about this. And you know, I do love movies and TV. I mean, I grew up on it. You know, it like the quote said. I mean, movies can really take you to a different world, and it provides lessons. And there's a purpose in everything that they put in, you know, to shows. So it's just learning about what those are and how you can apply it to your life. So
you know, one that I like, Alice, I like Lifetime. I think you can get that free.
Yeah,
Lifetime movies.
I love all the channels. I just remember growing up on them. So just check out some of the streaming services. You can check it out on the App Store. But again, I hope everyone enjoyed today's advanced session. Of course, I'm on every Wednesday, so we'll have something next Wednesday at 10:30. So please make sure that you check it out. And it's always a pleasure to present for you all. So thank you. Yeah, so just make sure you get something to eat, something to drink, use the restroom if you need to, and we'll be starting our book club in a couple of minutes. So I'll be with you all shortly. But again, thanks for participating today. It was a pleasure.
See you at 1:30.